Hi, I'm Erika J, and confidence has always been something that I'm very passionate about. I think that it's so important that people love themselves because everyone deserves to, and it's such a powerful state of mind. You feel like you could do anything in the world when you love yourself and you're confident in what you're doing. And Bill Gates says that the most important part of success is confidence, and we need to be instilling that confidence into the younger generations and helping them love themselves. I think it's especially important for young girls to love themselves because it's a lot harder for girls to find that confidence because of the expectations placed upon them. And even parents and teachers reward girls for professionalistic and people-pleasing behaviors, and this can be very damaging for how they see themselves and their minds because they get one bad grade and they feel like they are not good enough. And it's so important that we don't put these expectations on them because it creates a fear of failure in their lives, and they stress more and they are scared to take any risk at all, which can really hurt them. YPulse did a survey and they asked girls to rate their confidence on a scale from 0 to 10. And from the ages to 8 to 14, the responses dropped from 8.5 to 6. In just 6 years, so much can happen that can affect these girls' confidence. They discover social media, they start wondering why boys don't like them, and they start comparing themselves to the girls around them and wanting to look like them. Dove did a study too that said that 7 out of 10 girls would put their health at risk just to look different. And I was talking to my cousin the other week, and she was looking in the mirror and she said, "Why am I so fat?" This is a girl that's 9 years old, maybe 70 pounds, and she's already worrying about her completely healthy weight and thinking that she's fat because she's comparing herself to unrealistic expectations that she sees. And this doesn't need to be the mindset that the young girls of today grow up with because it's so damaging. And we need to be the people that try and help prevent that. And I think the one way we can do that is to keep social media away from kids as long as possible. I think that social media is being exposed to kids a lot younger than they used to. You see like 8-year-olds with phones, and it affects the way that they see themselves every day. And it's not very safe in general because young girls and boys don't know what's right and wrong and safe and not safe on social media, but it's also just very not healthy for them to look at unrealistic pictures that are photoshopped and compare themselves to those people and start to not like what they look like. They start worrying about what they look like in pictures and what they're posting and scared that people are going to judge them. And they start worrying about likes and follows and pointless numbers. And I think another way we could help these girls with their confidence is just to let them be themselves. I think it's so important that we don't put these harsh judgments on what young girls are wearing or what they want to wear, because you feel better and more confident when you're wearing what makes you feel like yourself. And we should not be putting these expectations on little girls that they should dress a certain way or act a certain way and shaming them for how they choose to express themselves. And I think the most important way that we could help young girls is to set an example of confidence. I think it's so important to show girls how great it can be to have confidence. And you can't tell someone that they should love yourself and then be constantly be putting yourself down. And I think it's so important that we would portray confidence in the media, because the girls need to see confident women on their Instagram because they see it and they'll know how great it is to have confidence and how easy it can be. And it shouldn't be a trend to hate yourself. It's so common on social media to make fun of yourself or make yourself the butt of the joke, but I feel like it just shows young girls that it's normal to not like yourself. And another really important thing is just to not hate people that do have confidence. It's so important to build people up and not shame them, and it's so common to mistake somebody's confidence for cockiness, but it's a very fine line, and we don't need to assume how people feel about themselves. But doing simple things every day can help the younger generation see how great confidence is and help them to have that. These could be our daughters, and we don't want them growing up hating themselves. It's so important to build them up and support them in the things that they do. But in the end, self-love is very hard for a lot of people, but I believe that it doesn't have to be for the younger generation. It's as easy as just complimenting someone or just not putting them down. And because it's so important for little girls to see women supporting women. Thank you.